Daily vlog number 51. Today's Thursday, and I'm continuing my 3-minute Theology Thursday experiment. The goal of this experiment is to answer your questions about the Christian faith, at least from my perspective, and hopefully to generate some good discussion in the comments below. Today, I wanted to answer the question, what does it mean to be a Christian? It sounds pretty straightforward, but it really isn't. Because today, a lot of people associate the word Christian with a particular political party, political outlook, frankly, anything political. Christians have not helped in keeping those two things separate. So what we have today is a view of Christians that is actually pretty narrow, even among other Christians. The image of a Christian today, I'd argue, is someone who is Republican, anti-abortion, and anti-gay. That's not just me saying that. From a recent Barna Group study, that's the perception among a majority of non-church-going people. Being a Christian is a lot more complex than being associated with a political party or a specific cause. The trouble that seems to pollute the issue even more comes frankly from Christians themselves, who insist that other people cannot possibly be Christian because they don't follow their line of thinking about, you name it, biblical interpretation, one's party affiliation, one's view of marriage equality and homosexuality, one's view on drinking or smoking or getting a tattoo. We tend to divide ourselves up into smaller and smaller groups, moving further and further away from the image of what a Christian is. So what is a Christian? Someone who loves Jesus Christ because they recognize that Jesus first loved them, that Jesus did what we could not, which was make up for the sinfulness in us. It constantly turns us away from God, that Jesus is the one who invites us back to God, giving his body and blood for that very purpose. That's what a Christian is. Someone who loves Jesus for that. Well, let me unpack that word love for a second. What is love? No, I'm not. That's low-hanging fruit. Love is valuing someone above yourself, is seeking their best interest, and working toward it with all your heart. Parents, you love your children. You make sacrifices for them. You do everything you possibly can to ensure their well-being, to make sure they have all that they need to grow into a healthy and well-adjusted adult. For someone to love Jesus Christ, it means to live with his best interest in mind. In John 17, Jesus prays the high priestly prayer. It's a prayer to God where he prays for his disciples and he prays for those who would believe because of their word. That's us. He prays that we would be one as he and God are one. That means that a Christian is someone who seeks to be at one with other Christians, to demonstrate the love of God to one another, and then together to take that love of God and bring it out into the world to help others see that Jesus Christ loves us. And when we look at the example of Jesus Christ in scriptures, who does he love? He loves the outcasts. He loves the poor, the weak, the oppressed. He loves the unlovely and the unloved. So tell me, what political party does that represent? None. See, Christians are a mixed bag. We are going to believe a variety of things about all of these issues and hardly ever agree on them. But the one thing that Christians should agree on is that no matter how bad we have sinned, no matter how often we have turned away from God, God didn't stop turning toward us, and that we all acknowledge that Jesus Christ is God's invitation to a loving, eternal relationship with him. That's what a Christian is. Someone who loves Jesus and someone who tries to live by his example with a whole bunch of other Christians with the same goal in mind. Everything else is up for debate. A friendly debate. Leave your comments, complaints, questions in the comment section below. This has been Daily Vlog number 51. 314 to go. I'll see you tomorrow.